and welcome to Lake, a show about our beautiful city of Bellevue. I'm your host, Michelle DeGrand. Today, we're coming to you from City Hall Plaza, which was just reopened to the public after being redesigned to accommodate the Bellevue Downtown Light Rail Station, which is just on the other side of the plaza. We'll give you a tour of the plaza's many features later in the show, but on this edition of Lake, you'll also learn about exciting changes on the way for an up-and-coming Bellevue neighborhood where you'll want to be. Plus, highlights from a recent housing forum to get the community's take on our housing needs and priorities. We'll also give you a front row seat to the recent groundbreaking for Bellevue's newest fire station. And we've got some poignant excerpts from the annual Cultural Conversations Evening Forum. First, the neighborhood of Wilburton, just across the freeway, will witness the arrival of several major infrastructure improvements in the coming years, including the completion of Eastlink Light Rail and the East Rail Regional Trail. The Bellevue City Council began developing the vision for Wilburton years ago to create Bellevue's next mixed-use community. So what will that mean? Well, we've got the answers for you.
In 2018, the Bellevue City Council received a vision document from a community advisory committee that they had appointed. It laid out a vision for the Wilburton area to be a new urban neighborhood that would include office development, residential development, and retail. The long-term vision for Wilburton is to have a new, dense urban neighborhood that really focuses on live, work, and play. We're getting a lot of excitement about being able to live in close proximity to downtown Bellevue, to the Spring District, as well as having that access to other transportation options.
Well, I've worked in the Wilburton area for the last 20 years. By doing a rezone, the city can create a really exciting and new type of neighborhood in Bellevue. I think there's really the opportunity to do that in Wilburton. It has some unique aspects. First of all, it's really well served with transportation infrastructures.
Wilburton sits at the heart of three major transportation investments that are coming over the next few years. It sits right at the heart of the Eastlink Light Rail, taking folks between Redmond to downtown Seattle and the remainder of the region. It's connected to the East Rail. It's a 42-mile uninterrupted pedestrian bicycle trail that connects from Snohomish County all the way down to Renton. You also have great access to a number of placemaking improvements that are happening over the next few years. There's the Grand Connection that will connect people and places from Maidenbower Bay through Wilburton all the way to East Rail. So Wilburton ends up becoming right in the pocket of all these really great investments.
I think one of the opportunities that exists with redeveloping Wilburton is the ability to address one of the most important issues that we've got in this region right now, which is affordable housing. I think we can really create sort of a mix of housing in this area that's unique and different, not as expensive or as high-rise as downtown Bellevue, potentially more affordable, but with still a lot of the benefits of an urban area.
The initial vision that was established back in 2018 had a significant public engagement process that occurred. We have re-engaged the public in recent months as we look at Wilburton moving forward. It has included surveys, it has included in-person events, walking tours of the area, and we're going to be continuing that engagement over the coming months.
Public involvement is really important for this project because there was already extensive community involvement. We also want to make sure that Wilburton is a welcoming community for all future residents, future businesses, future visitors that might want to shop, recreate, live, work in Wilburton in the future. So we want to make sure that we include their voices as well as we look forward. Engaging Bellevue is the place where we are providing information on the project as well as ways for folks to get involved. We have information about the project in different languages, and for future engagement, we'll also be using that as a landing pad for more information about future events, future outreach. 10 years from now, I want to see Wilburton as a neighborhood where people are excited to walk, shop, take transit, eat, dine, recreate, and really take advantage of the numerous opportunities.
The Wilburton neighborhood is going to be really an exciting new addition to Bellevue.
As you just heard, engaging with the public was a big part of the Wilburton visioning process. For all of our projects, public engagement is and always will be a priority for the city. With Bellevue's continued growth and variety of housing needs, civic engagement is more important than ever to help build our future. Next, we'll take you inside a recent housing forum held at the Crossroads Community Center to get a closer look at that engagement process.
The City of Bellevue is in the process of updating its comprehensive plan, which is like a strategic plan for the entire city, and it looks ahead 20 years into the future. One of the big issues that we've heard about from the community is around housing. This update to our comprehensive plan gives us an opportunity as a city to think about what are the housing needs that people are going to need in the future. And so we are hosting this event today, our housing forum, to share information with community members about what we've learned about the current state of housing and housing needs for residents in Bellevue, and to share some of the options that the city is considering for how we might add additional housing as we move into the future. But right now, we did want to give members of the public an opportunity to learn more about these options and to tell us what they like about any part of the options, and if they have any concerns about any part of the options or where questions exist.
You know, housing is such a big issue and concern. We've heard that through various surveys and engagement opportunities. And so this is really an opportunity for us to hear from the community and hear back from them about what housing issues are most critical to them. But in addition, it really sets the stage for how the community is going to grow. So looking forward to hearing all the feedback that we get from today.
For all of our in-person events, we do a corresponding online platform that's at engagingbellevue.com/Bellevue-2044. So all of the boards that people see here will be available there. We'll have opportunities on that platform for people to ask a clarifying question or to share a comment. And that will be up through the month of April. And then later in April, we will release that draft environmental impact statement, and that will be an opportunity, again, for people to make comments about what they like or dislike about any of these options. All of this input we will gather and we will share with our planning commissioners and with the City Council, who will ultimately be making a recommendation about what is our future growth strategy, and that will lead ultimately to updated policies in the comprehensive plan. One of my favorite phrases is Bellevue plans for people. So we can't plan for people unless people get involved.
One kind of housing that's picking up speed as Bellevue grows is high-rise housing. High-rises create unique opportunities and challenges for a city. We just broke ground on the first fire station in Bellevue in 29 years, and it will better serve residents in the Northwest Bellevue, downtown, and Bell Red areas, which, as you guessed it, have a lot of high-rises. Fire Station 10 will improve response times for fire and medical emergencies in these neighborhoods, making the city as a whole safer.
Well, welcome everybody. I'm so excited to be here today with you, and thank you for coming out to celebrate with us. How many times do we get to open or start planning for a new fire station in Bellevue? This is really marvelous. So since 2014, we started recognizing the need for a new station. That was before we had Amazon, and that was before downtown became our fastest growing neighborhood. So if you thought the need was great then, it's even greater today. You know, our Bellevue Fire Department ranks as the top 1% in the nation, and that's a lot of it is due to response time. So when you're somebody who needs a quick response, having this station right here is going to get it for you if you live in this area.
The men and women that you see behind me are training many hours each week to become your next Bellevue firefighters. And we thought it was important for them to be here to learn a couple things. Number one, that the community stands behind them in providing them with the support, tools, equipment, and infrastructure to be successful. So class, I want you to feel what that feels like. This is who we're here doing it for. And for the members of the community, I just want you to see this is your next batch of firefighters that's going to be ready to go serving our community in the not too distant future. So let's give them a hand for all their work. The earth that we will symbolically turn in just a few minutes is in a way a promise to the future. As our community continues to grow and evolve, we in the fire department commit to being ready to respond to those in our community that need our help. Our hope is that this new fire station becomes a valued part of this community.
Next, we go from digging into the dirt to digging into our personal stories and journeys through cultural conversations, the popular discussion group aimed at increasing cultural understanding and connection. The program held its annual evening forum at Bellevue City Hall on International Women's Day. Here's an excerpt featuring one of the amazing women storytellers at the event.
I'm so happy that I'm here tonight with my new friend Hind. Even though we only met recently, we have learned how much we have in common. As Sujata said, my family fled Nazi-occupied Europe in the 1930s, landing in the United States in 1946. And Hind and her family fled the civil war in Syria in 2015. That's a 70-year difference, and yet the struggles are the same. There's so many parallels. I'm Jewish, Hind is Muslim, and yet we very likely share the same DNA. She's from Syria, and my grandfather was from Turkey. Between the 14th and the early 20th centuries, our homelands were part of the Ottoman Empire. There were no borders separating us like there are today. It was a borderless area that we both came from. With the recent devastating earthquakes in that part of the world, we have come to realize our shared history. I'm going to chat with Hind tonight about our similarities, something that we have discovered as a result of meeting through cultural conversations. Back in 2016, when my mother's sister and I presented my family's story at Cultural Conversations, there we were, Hind walked into the room, not knowing any of the women there, unfamiliar with the program. Hind, tell us what brought you to Cultural Conversations, how you found your way there that day, and what you found when you got there.
It was accidentally when I recognized there is event there, and I was looking for something new because I was new in this country, and I was trying to learn English and understand English. It attracted me to know something new. That's why I found myself in front of the story that it touched my heart. That's why I came to you, and then I told, oh my God, I have the same with different circumstances. And I liked to share my story.
Exactly. You came in and you found your own story by listening to our story. When my family came to this country, they didn't know the language. They had to find jobs. They had to enroll their younger members in schools and integrate into the community. What were some of the challenges that you and your family faced when you came to Bellevue, and how did you manage once you got here?
Yeah, we have the same situation. I have a girl with, my daughter was 14 years old, and she came and she needs to learn English, and me too. That's why this is the first barrier we face when we come here first. So I decided to go to the college. The presence of some of our family, like my brother, helped me to enroll in Bellevue College to be learned, and that have some similarity with your story. And then after I went to Bellevue College, I have to face many challenges with to pass this barrier and to be able to communicate with the people. The other challenge, I felt that I came new, and I know I came to unknown place and unknown people, and I need to be connected to them. I need to find a way how to be enrolled in the community. So going to Bellevue College gave me the opportunity to involve in the community.
If you'd like to see the entire event, you can find it on our Bellevue Television YouTube channel or on Channel 21. Well, as we wrap up the show today, we'll take you on a tour through Bellevue's newly reopened City Hall Plaza. We hope you get a chance to make it out here as the days get nicer. And if you have any feedback or questions for us, please email us anytime at btv@bellevuewa.gov. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you'll find the city's latest video news and information. I'm Michelle DeGrand. From all of us at Bellevue Television and the City of Bellevue, thank you for watching Lake to Lake and have a great day.